The shocking question that no one asks out loud. Are you having sex too little, or too much, to the point it might be slowly killing you? I'm not joking. Every week, I meet men in their 60s and beyond who quietly ask the same thing. Doctor, how many times a week should I be having sex? Am I doing too much? Or not enough to stay manly? This is the kind of question almost no one dares to say out loud, but nearly every man over 60 thinks about it. And if you're watching this video, chances are, you've wondered the same. I'm a urologist with 30 years of clinical experience. And today I'm going to answer you honestly, clearly, and based on the latest medical research, not old myths or locker room talk. Because I've seen it happen. An otherwise healthy 68-year-old man collapsed from a stroke, right in bed, just because he was pushing himself too hard to prove that he was still a real man. Some older men try so hard to prove they're still strong in bed, they end up dying there. I've personally resuscitated one. Sex done right is healing. Done wrong, it can be deadly. So if you're over 60 and still wondering how much is too much, this video was made for you. It's not about how many times per week, it's about what your body can truly handle. Many men over 60 walk into my office asking the same question. How many times a week should I be having sex to stay healthy? And my answer often surprises them. It's not once or 3 times a week, it's whatever frequency fits your body's current reality. Because after age 60, your body plays by a different rhythm. Testosterone slowly declines. Blood flow weakens. Your blood pressure fluctuates. And your heart, it becomes more sensitive to physical stress. Especially sexual stress. The recovery time after intimacy is no longer what it used to be. Take this example. A 62-year-old man who walks daily, eats clean, manages his blood pressure well, he might enjoy sex 2 to 3 times a week and feel great. But another man the same age, living with type 2 diabetes, a large belly, chronic stress, may find that even once a week feels exhausting. I once treated 2 men, both aged 65. One had testosterone levels like a young athlete. He lifted weights, ate low carb, and slept well. The other said, "Doc, I feel wiped out after sex. It takes me 2 full days to bounce back." What? Because he drank beer every night, carried too much belly fat, and hardly moved, yet pushed himself to have sex 3 times a week out of fear his wife would think he was weak. Sex after 60 isn't a race, it's a slow dance that needs the right rhythm, or the music will break. If you're still thinking that more sex means more masculinity, I'll be honest with you, you're pushing back against your own cardiovascular system, your nerves, and your hormones. After 60, sex should no longer be about conquest. It should be about connection, with your body, with your emotions, and with your partner. Some weeks you'll feel great, your desire is high, your energy is solid, and 2 or 3 times feels perfect. Other weeks you might feel tired, sleep-deprived, stressed, and pulling back, resting, letting your body breathe. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. The key is to listen to your body. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. And especially, don't try to cling to your younger self by forcing your aging body to perform at the same pace. Because in truth, a man who knows when to rest is the one who truly understands his strength. What science says, the ideal frequency and its real benefits. Many older men believe that the more sex they have, the better their health. But science says otherwise. Recent studies show that the ideal frequency for most men over 60 is about 1 to 2 times per week. What? Because at that level, the body gets just enough stimulation to maintain natural testosterone, improve blood circulation, and boost emotional connection, without overloading the heart, blood pressure, or nervous system. One study published in the American Journal of Cardiology tracked over 1,000 men aged 55 to 75 and found those who had sex 1 to 2 times per week showed the most stable blood pressure, better sleep, and balanced testosterone levels. Those who had sex less than once a week often struggled with depression, insomnia, and reduced libido. But those who had sex too frequently, 4 plus times per week, reported higher rates of chronic fatigue, rapid heartbeat, and even a drop in sperm quality. Yes, more is not always better, even in the bedroom. I once treated a 66-year-old patient who looked fit. He cycled every morning and ate reasonably well. But he came in complaining of constant fatigue for several weeks. After a long conversation, he admitted, "My wife and I have been intimate nearly every day. I didn't want to disappoint her." I asked him one simple question: "How does your body feel after each time?" He smiled weakly. "Like I just ran a marathon. But I keep pushing through." And I had to remind him this: one quality moment is always better than 4 forced ones. Sex after 60 is not just a physical act. It's emotional therapy. It improves circulation. It calms the nervous system. It strengthens emotional bonds. But like exercise, when done too often or too intensely, it can backfire. That's why 1 to 2 times a week is the frequency recommended by many urologists, endocrinologists, and cardiologists alike. Of course, it's not a strict rule. If you feel strong and energized, 3 times may still be fine. But if once a week leaves you satisfied, relaxed, and well rested, then that's your perfect frequency. The key isn't the number. It's the quality and the way your body and mind feel after. Sex should never feel like a duty. It should feel like nourishment. And the best dose, only your own body can tell you that. Signs that you're pushing too hard. One of the most common mistakes men over 60 make is failing to recognize when their body is crying out for help after sex. They think it's just a little soreness, a bit of insomnia, or feeling sluggish the next morning. But in truth, those are often the first warning signs that the body is being pushed past its limits. I once treated a 70-year-old man who came in with a racing heartbeat and several nights of insomnia. At first, he thought it was anxiety. But after a full checkup and some honest questions, the real reason became clear. It was his sex life. "My wife sees me as strong and healthy, so she wants to stay intimate often. I don't want to disappoint her, so I go along. But after each time, I can barely breathe." Many older men don't listen to their bodies, or they deliberately ignore the signals, until it's too late. So what are the clear signs that you're overdoing it? 1. Persistent fatigue and rapid heartbeat after sex. If you feel worn out for hours or even a full day after intimacy, or notice a racing heart that won't slow down, that's a red flag. Especially for those with high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart conditions. Sex at the wrong pace or timing is like forcing your heart to sprint without warming up. 2. Delayed recovery. It takes more than 24 to 48 hours to feel normal again. Another clear sign: slow recovery time. If it used to take just 1 night's sleep to feel ready again, but now it takes 2 to 3 days or even longer, your body is struggling. This often means testosterone is depleted, blood vessels are recovering poorly, and your hormonal system is out of balance. I once saw a 68-year-old man who had to lie down most of the day after sex. He had no desire left and felt drained. His testosterone level? Barely 1/3 of the normal range. What? He was forcing himself to have sex 3 times a week, even though his body wasn't built for that anymore. 3. Loss of desire, poor sleep, mood swings, or even low-grade depression. This is the sign most men overlook. If you feel disconnected, irritable, sleep-deprived, or simply not interested in sex anymore, it may be a sign your frequency is too high. Sex after 60 isn't just a physical act. It's deeply hormonal and emotional. When you push yourself to perform, even when your mind isn't in it, your body starts pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone, instead of testosterone. When sex starts robbing you of sleep, it's no longer about pleasure. It's your body crying for help. Remember, sex after 60 is an art of moderation. No pressure. No performance. No proving anything. Just a quiet alignment between your body, your feelings, and the person beside you. Knowing when to slow down, that's the sign of a man who understands his limits and values his health above his pride. The balancing act, keeping the fire without burning yourself out. Once you understand what your body needs, and what the warning signs look like, the next step is this. How do you stay intimate, without hurting your health, your manhood, or your emotional well-being? Many men entering their 60s carry two silent fears. First, the fear that they're no longer the man they used to be. And second, the fear that their partner might feel unwanted. Because of those fears, some men choose to push themselves, to keep performing, instead of finding a more sustainable, more fulfilling rhythm. 1. Listen to your body, not your ego. This is the golden rule. Every time you're about to be intimate, ask yourself, do I really want this right now? Is my body ready? How long did it take me to recover last time? If the answers sound like you're forcing it, pushing through exhaustion, or doing it out of guilt, then that's not healthy sex. That's self-sacrifice disguised as desire. Sex should never be a place to prove your worth, but a place to find peace. 2. Redefine what sex means, from action to connection. In your 60s and beyond, sex is no longer about performance or stamina. It's about connection, slow, tender, meaningful. Some couples find joy just by cuddling, touching, or lying together and talking. Those quiet moments release oxytocin, lower stress, and deepen emotional intimacy. Think of sex after 60 like jazz music. No need for loud solos or fast rhythms. Just the right notes played with feeling. 3. Focus on quality, not quantity. If your body only supports 1 or 2 encounters per week, that's fine. Put your energy into making those moments count. Warm up with a light walk, massage, or a hot shower. Take your time with foreplay. Let go of pressure. It's not about being hard, fast, or intense. Let your emotions lead, not the clock. 1 slow, meaningful, relaxed encounter is worth more than 3 rushed and exhausting ones. 4. Keep your physical health strong, to support your natural desire. Aging doesn't mean giving up. Studies show you can naturally support your sex drive with light daily exercise, like walking, swimming, or yoga, to boost blood flow and testosterone. Healthy eating, reduce sugar and animal fats, increase greens, nuts, and omega-3 fats. Good sleep. Deep, regular sleep helps your hormone system more than any pill. Pelvic floor exercises, Kegels, to strengthen control over erections and ejaculation. A strong body is the foundation of lasting desire. It's not about having the body of a 30-year-old, it's about making the most of the body you have now. 5. Be honest with your partner. Don't be afraid to say, I'm tired tonight. Or, can we take it slow? Sex is a shared experience, and connection begins with honesty. Many women feel the same pressure you do. What they want isn't a man who's powerful every night, but a man who's present, who cares, who truly shares the moment. After 60, a man doesn't need to conquer. He just needs someone willing to slow down with him and never walk away. And remember, sex after 60 is not a memory of what you've lost. It's a new chapter of what's still possible. Deeper, softer, more meaningful. Keeping the fire doesn't mean burning yourself out. It means knowing when to pause, when to rest, and how to rise again, on your terms. You don't have to have sex every day to prove you're still a man. And you don't have to give it up completely, as if age has closed the door on intimacy. Sex after 60 is no longer a competition. It's a new chapter, slower, gentler, but no less meaningful. If you ask me, how many times a week should I be having sex at my age? My answer is simple. The right number is when your body feels strong, your spirit feels calm, and your heart isn't being forced to chase something unnatural. Connection after 60 isn't about frequency, it's about freedom and understanding in every intimate moment. So listen to your body. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. And above all, talk to your partner. More often than not, what both of you truly need isn't more. It's learning how to stay close the right way. If this video made you feel seen or helped you reflect, leave a comment and share your thoughts. You're not alone, and your story might help someone else. And if you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button, because I have much more to share with men like you, men who are wise, experienced, and still full of life.